we see that we have times where there's light, there's joy, there's hope, there's a good feeling about living. And there are times when it's just so dark, that person just wants, God forbid, that it should end finally. And where a person just wishes that the end would finally come already. The question is, what is what? In other words, where's the positioning? You have a light situation full of light and joy, like we said, and you have a dark situation, right? The positioning is what? Meaning, when you're hit with a dark situation, is it the end of the previous happy situation that you were having, where everything was good and smooth, and now the end result is this darkness, and as if to say, so everything was futile, all that joy and happiness and light and encouragement and enthusiasm, it all leads to this, the darkness? Or is the darkness the beginning of a new stage? Is the darkness now following the light, because now you're preparing for the next higher revelation of light, enthusiasm, joy, etc.? What is the positioning of this darkness? So Rabbi Nachman brings down from the Torah itself. We see in the Torah how the Torah designs the creation of the days. Every day of the 6 days of creation, at the end of what was created on the first day, the second day, the third day, fourth, fifth, sixth, you'll see that the verse says there, Vayer vayiboker yom echad, Vayer vayiboker yom sheni. It was night and it was day, the first day, one day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day. The positioning of the darkness precedes the light. It was night and then it was a day. In Judaism, as you know, the day begins not at morning, whereas, for example, in the secular calendar, the day begins at midnight. 1 in the morning, after midnight, 12:01 a.m. is a.m., the beginning of the new day. By Judaism, we begin the day at the night, the beginning of the night, the darkest point, where it starts getting dark, and it's gloomy, etc. But at midnight is giving more chance for the second day by the secular calendar. But by Judaism, we start from the day. The day starts at nightfall. And this is to teach us this message, that what? That when you are faced with a dark situation, you should not connect it to the rear, the end of what was preceding it. Rather, you should look at it as a new beginning. Because all beginnings follow the pattern that the Torah delineates of the day. The day starts off first night and then day. And this is a setup to teach us this is how it is in all creations, in your life, in your development, that you have to have first the night followed by the day. No one starts off in the day. Even, for example, about Shuvah, a person who finally came to Judaism and he's so happy and everything, but that's after all the garbage he went through in life, all the drugs, all the problems of sexual things and stealing and all the things that he didn't do 100%, and is feeling miserable and feeling suicide, whatever, God forbid. Then the light came of Hashem, of the Torah. It's understood, it's in perspective of after having to go through what he went through, then he gets the cake. That's how it is also, and every stage. So this teaches us not to panic, not to get overwhelmed when you have a dark situation, and there's no room for feelings of futility, because futility is when you view the present situation, everything I did in the past, it's just worthless and useless and of no value, because look who I am now. The truth is not like that. The truth is this darkness now is the beginning of the next stage. What's required of you and what's the killer in this test is patience. It's a killer because the darkness sometimes is overwhelming. The darkness of the new level is commensurate to how much the light of the day will be. In other words, if there's going to be a big creation, a big revelation, so there is required a darkness to precede it beforehand. So what's required is patience, doing your best, doing whatever you can to be happy, to be positive. And if you can't, take more time to talk to Hashem, to express your pain in your heart, to tell Hashem also, I want to find the good points in this darkness. It's just unbearable, unbelievable. Help me, Hashem. And you might even stumble, you might even fall. We're not going to justify it, but it's understood, depending on what a person has to go through in life, that a person will stumble and fall. The thing is, though, to maintain a positive attitude, to get back up as soon as you can, to salvage and grab whatever good you can until the light finally comes, B'ezrat Hashem.